are once again pitted against Eintracht Frankfurt. This time, though, vibrance and vigorous support will be on display. Hallmarks of what make German women's football so special. An open bill, an unpaid bill for Frankfurt here from last season. A thrilling semi-final that ended 1-1. And it was in the penalty shootout that ultimately they didn't quite hold their ground by the night. A crunch match at the campus in the DFB Pokal der Frauen quarterfinals as Bayern München face off with Eintracht Frankfurt in a clash of the two best teams German women's football have. Missing out on the weekend due to illness. In terms of Nico Arnautis' side, 5 changes. Lead lasted just 14 minutes for Bayern before Geraldine Reuteler levelled the scores. But the home side on the march here with Lea Schuller. Cut back to Tattersall. Gets up and under the ball. A burst of pace from Lea Schuller. Frankfurt's back line was stretched. They hadn't covered the runners. And Tattersall understand one against Vålerenga in the Women's Champions League. Can't add a goal in the DFB Pokal to complete the collection of competitions. Wildfeuer. Now Bayern combine. Schuller, lose touch. Dawson drives the ball forward for Frankfurt and will get the free kick. The Bayern striker tangling with her German international teammate, but in the end, the extra extent. Lawson's delivery is good. Oh! Tanja Pavelek. Moment. Maybe just assuming she couldn't quite get there. I mean, she was the closest to it. But in the end, it's just a fraction too high. Dramatic, but dealt with in the end. Here's Alara. Heels clipped, no question of it. Nina Lawson, straight wanted early. She was always desperately chasing back there. And unsurprisingly, no complaint. Clara Buhl. Glaudis with the header down. Still in the mix with Pernille Harder. Appeals for a handball. Always a difficult decision to give. Harder gives charge against Ayling, and strong challenge from the Frankfurt centre-back. Does concede the corner. Had to get it. Pernille Harder, a woman who has won this competition 4 times, reduced to 10 against a Bayern side that are starting to try and pick them apart. Julia Kvinn, cross comes in. And Lea Schuller, someone who, not the tallest of strikers, but has got a great leap on her. Fantastic. The last time they led a game against Bayern. It was also the last time Frankfurt beat them. Elisa Zenz does well in tight spaces there. Reuteler finding Freigang. Cheeky little pass to Volta. Poked away from Zenz by Harder. Then she gets caught by Volta. This time it's a foul. She has every right to be aggrieved about that challenge. But to claim that all of the challenges on her have been unfair tonight would be false. She has a reputation, she has a talent level, coupled with the incredibly talented footballer, makes her one of those players that opposition defenders want to stay touch tight too, and oh, speaking of touch tight, the cross. And in fact, they were the last team not called Wolfsburg to lift the DFB-Pokal der Frauen title. And two best defences around, and it's starting to show here tonight. Yes, Bayern's defensive record this season doesn't quite match the most prominent front line, and most prolific front line has to show for their efforts so far. Oof, crunching 50-50. Well, that's all part of the Pokal fight, and Sadrazil says, well, I got the ball. Ooh, I'm not as convinced that Sadrazil did get the ball the way she claimed, though. I think Zen... I'm sure the velocity there of the challenge making it look a little... And the feeling will be that you need probably the majority of them. So did it in the end. Well won back by Reutler again. Zenz entered the area, skips past the challenge. Elisa Zenz! Our best chance of the game for Eintracht Frankfurt. Just under 10 minutes, half-time whistle. How much more bend did the ball need here from Elisa Zenz? It's always going to be difficult because the touch she needed to take it past Clara Bühl actually put the body... We're tuning in tonight expecting to see an attacking masterclass, free-flowing, attractive football. That is not the type of game that we've got brewing here at the Bayern campus. Instead, what we've got is a real cup battle. Everyone's getting stuck into the challenges. Passes are going astray. A Pernilla Harder header. Goes without saying that Frankfurt will be the happier with the first half so far. And if it stays this way until half-time, goalless, Bayern have other intentions, though Zara Dawson, an elite defender, once again excelling at the back. Elisa Zenz will ask the question, did she foul me first? And again, many a time this season, when Bayern haven't been at their best, set pieces have sometimes come to their rescue. Simon couldn't quite cushion. Hoffenheim holding Wolfsburg at 0-0. Still 0-0 between Hamburg and Gladbach, the two second-tier sides, and goalless between Leverkusen and Bremen as well. Something has got to give. Setting up goals. Her corner. Flicked on at the near post. Sadrazil teeing it up for Caroline Simon. Drilled through the bodies. Is it going to come to Eriksson? It doesn't, and in the end, Eriksson, I think, penalised for a foul on Ayling instead. A hairy moment at the that Eintracht Frankfurt are going to have to survive. You can see there, Ayling just duds across the thigh, and oh, is Eriksson going to get a booking here? I would like to think that that is for an accumulation of fouls as opposed to that 6 seconds, of which 45 have gone already, but there might be one last chance here if Anyomi can use her pace. Oh, tripped by Sadrazil, who might be the latest into the book, and is, but it was not the unwisest of fouls there, because Anyomi was ready to break the line. She was getting in between the channels, and Sadrazil and her tactical foul there might just deny Frankfurt the final chance of the first half. They'll be allowed to take the free kick at the very least by Franziska Wildfeuer, but that's now Nina Lursen, Magdalena Eriksson and Zara Sadrazil, all on a yellow. And combative first half here at the Bayern campus. Lursen with the free kick. Oh, she was trying to be cute, and Grevers follow-up. Up and over it goes. Well, in a battle of the two best teams that German women's football has to offer this season, few inches have been given, few chances have been created, and as a result we are deadlocked at the break at 0-0. But Campus in the north of the wonderful city of Munich, today playing host to a gripping, mouth-watering DFB Bayern, and reached the peak of its potential so far, because these are the best two teams that German women's football has to offer in the current campaign. First against second in the Frauen Bundesliga, but both level on points. 30 is who can deliver first. Bayern München, Eintracht Frankfurt, 45 minutes played with a semi-final berth at stake in Germany's sole cup competition. Bayern were in the final last season. They beat Frankfurt in the semi-finals to get there. The question is, can Frankfurt go one better here tonight and exact their revenge, or will Bayern have a chance at a DFB Pokal final repeat and then a shot at the title that they missed out on last season? Perspective, at least it needs. Clara Boo's corner. Dangerous, Ailing with a commanding header. Simon lofting it back into the mix. It's not dealt with. Pernille Harder is there! And Stine Johannes, not once but twice, stands her ground. Well, arguably that's the closest Bayern have gone in this game so far. 2.5 clock. Sadrazil, she had the best chance of the first half that she blazed over. Kvin finds Sadrazil again, tight angle. I can't get the corner, courtesy of the ricochets. But look at this start to the second half from Bayern. The high press from Claudis. Kvin loses out against Pavelek, who can't complete the clearance because again it's one high up the pitch by Bayern. This is a relentless. The fact that they will not have been happy with their first half performance, and in many ways how flat it was. Yes, they had the lion's share of possession. Yes, they had more shots on goal. But was there a real zip to the football? No, there wasn't. And Stine Johannes did well to make the first save and then stay big. More defending to do, though, for the visitors here. Simon floats it in. Claudis with the header back across. Still battling away, the Bayern captain. And then we'll concede the foul and we'll be a little lucky to... Lea Schuller has had very slim pickings to work with in front of goal. That's a nice pass though for Alara. And Anyomi, wonderful defensive work done there by the Frankfurt striker. Tracking the danger, but that could have been a lot more dangerous for Eintracht Frankfurt down by the byline there. Is that teams like Bayern, in their scouting reports and in their pre-match analysis, will not be able to pinpoint one source of threat only. Sadrazil, though, providing the threat now for Bayern. Snuffed out by Ailing. Oh, Julia Kvin, better touch there. Very promising position. But it is a rare, poor first touch. Ever domestic double in the club's history last season, and they missed out on the chance. They want to fashion another. But now Freigang, oh, with the chance for Frankfurt! And Yomi still. Klever wants it teed up and gets it, and sends the effort wide. What a credit to Mahmutovic here for the first save. Freigang tried to be too cheeky, with a simple finish was all that was needed. And then Klever, no, she did nothing wrong, went for the first time effort and simply dragged it wide. But that bottom left corner for Freigang looked like it was at her mercy. Instead she went for the other. And I understand the referee, Franz, to put the icing on the cake late on with a third that made the win look a little glossier than it was. Ooh, 50-50. Well played by Aina Mahmutovic. I don't think there's anything wrong in what Anyomi did. It's all a game of momentum there, but that was and in a cup game at 0-0, you have every right to battle for it. I think Anyomi did everything she could to try and pull out there. I think she's made the contact as minimal as possible. Yes, there's a hip to the side of the head that will not be nice. It could have been much less forgiving in that moment, because she could have run full through Aina Mahmutovic. Again, she can get a talking to from the referee there, but Nico Arnautis would be game quickly off the bench. There is no settling in period tonight. Get up and going as quickly as possible. As Lohmann fouled, I believe that was by Elisa Zenz. Oh no, it was Greve with the real foul. Zenz definitely clattered into her too, but that hack of the heels from Lisanne Greve joins her teammate Nina Lursen in the book. Tadrasil and Lara Schiedler coming off. Damjanovic, Zijotti on. Damjanovic holds off the challenge of Greve, but she's so far. These players human after all. Right up there with completing my Google Pixel Frauen Bundesliga Panini album. Less about that, more about Anyomi being on the ball and catching Magdalena Eriksson. And the latest booking. Again, in the context of Magdalena Eriksson's career, the challenges she's taken, that is not... Oh, lot of ball for Freigang. She's in behind Freigang. Oh, it's in! The own goal from Caroline Simon! Frankfurt have broken the deadlock against Bayern! And for the first time since October of 2021, it is the Seagulls that lead in this fixture. Reuteler didn't get there, but Simon unwittingly turning into her own net. And in a game of fine margins, the biggest of the lot has just gone Frankfurt's way. They came here last season and suffered the cruelty of a shootout loss. They are... What a turn of events. Anyomi's night is cut short. Lara Prashnikar, a woman who has been having a woeful time in front of goal this season. That was until she scored a hat-trick on Sunday in the 9-0 win against Turbina Potsdam. They've done it with 10 minutes left. End tonight. And at that point, it blows this competition wide open in the best possible way. And then you've got to think, if it stays 1-0 here to Frankfurt, could this be the dream domestic season for the Seagulls? Maybe not yet. Damjanovic! Should we? Because Frankfurt, they're top of the table in the Frauen Bundesliga. 8 games to go. Goal difference is not one that will be lost upon them. Risk it all, perhaps, to try and get an equaliser here, to at least send it to extra time. Greve goes down. And Lohmann, whether for the foul or the words... I mean, you can understand the frustrations. It's the same frustrations we've seen from the women in black. Especially in the context of a cup match like this one. Caroline Simon and Lea Schuller brought off. Simon, is it going to be her own goal that knocks Bayern out? Not a nice way. A few minutes and change. Tadikawa. second to none in terms of importance, really. And unfortunately, Tanikawa doesn't have a lot of it in a crunch match like this. She's playing for a new club where she's still getting used to the way Strauss wants her to play her football. She's won it well there, though. And that's a good ball through. Clara Bühl, angle against her. Support arriving. Tanikawa. Took the touch where there wasn't really space to do so. High press has worked out. Shot comes in and Johannes makes the save against Wolfsburg in the DFB Pokal semi-finals of the 22-23 season. For the last time that Bayern suffered defeat here on home soil in all competitions. Time of the essence, but they've got an equaliser! Damjanovic at the death! I don't know if she knew much about it, but she's glanced home the cross to level the scores. And I think, they were always going to throw caution to the wind. Bühl beats her woman out wide. And it's just off the chest, off the shoulder. She's just trying to get anything on it, Damjanovic. But she got something. It proves decisive. It kisses the inside of the woodwork on its way through. But on the stroke of the 90th minute, Bayern finally the tackle, 50-50 after 50, foul after foul. Don't get me wrong, this second half has been a fight as well, but at least we've had some icing on the cake to enjoy as well. A couple of goals, and this game really, when you think about what a cup game can in midfield, that's not where either team needs the ball if they want to get a winner. But I think in many of the minds of these players, they are just gearing up for an extra half an hour, and that's exactly what we're getting here at the Bayern campus in Frankfurt. This time the goals came late, and it's Damjanovic at the death. That, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you guys aren't either. But I can tell you as well, because it's worth mentioning, this is the only game in the quarterfinals that is going to extra time. All the others have been decided in 90 minutes. But will Alexander Strauss' side, will Nico Arnautis' side find out that Wolfsburg have been knocked out of the DFB Pokal der Frauen? It is Bayern who get us underway in extra time here in a crunch match at the campus for a place in the DFB Pokal der Frauen semi-finals. It's where those two teams met last season. Bayern's after a 1-1 draw. And right now, a similar tale unfolding, just in slightly different circumstances. James Surrogate, your match commentator. And I'm always delighted to have filtered through to the players. Without question, the fans will be well aware. And I wonder whether that's why things have just gone a little bit quieter. But Bühl here, Volta, what a challenge. Just when it looked like it was going to open up for Clara Bühl. Not often that Frankfurt's backline have been stretched. That was a wonderful pass from Tanikawa as well. Those are the little creative... you know what, I don't want to keep harping on at the referee. I really don't. Corner comes in, repelled. Tanikawa. Ooh, twisting, turning. Momoko Tanikawa to the byline. It's in the mix and it's in for Bayern. It's a goal of Tanikawa's making. The young Japanese teenage superstar comes off the bench. And from 1-0 down, broke at the 90th minute. And soon after the restart to turn this game on its head. Who got the final touch? It doesn't really matter. This is all about Momoko Tanikawa. It's a wonderful finish from Claudis. Instinctive at an awkward height. A striker would be proud of a finish like that. Bayern lead 2-1. Take a bow, Tanikawa. Claudis with the goal. Here we see the game-winning moment, potentially right now, from Momoko Tanikawa. 3 Frankfurt players, and then picks the advantage that Frankfurt had in taking the lead. It's gone. They suffered the blow when Damjanovic scored at the death by chesting into the far post. And now, if they spent any time during that break collecting themselves and trying to, given the investment they've made in this game, given the work output, the energy output, somehow need to find another gear now. Now Sidney Lawman, bit of a bloodied lip for the Bayern number 12. She really had in her place winter signing from Juventus, Ariana Caruso. Praised by Alex Strauss. Of course, the temptation here for Bayern is just to manage the game, but Pernilla Harder, well, she's got no such temptation. She wants a winning goal to put this beyond doubt at 3-1. The same way she scored the third against Hoffenheim on the weekend late on Bayern side at a moment where they needed someone to step up. And who would have thought it was the 19-year-old from Japan? But she has. Now she's found Harder as well. Harder through to Clara Bühl. Clara Bühl to Caruso! Oh! The winter signings to win it here. Caruso sees her shot blocked though. What a story that would have been. Nico Arnautis will be well aware that his team, if they're lucky. And then the question is, can they take one of them? Bayern, meanwhile, are still chipping away at the other end. Oh! Tanikawa was never really going to get on the end for a throw-in on this near side. Absolutely no hint of it. Harder. Caught. Tanikawa. Tanikawa! Tanikawa! Eat your heart out! Bayern are going through to the DFB Pokal semi-finals. And in no small part, thanks to Momoa, who comes off the bench, changes the game to provide the assist to make it 2-1, and now has likely put the game beyond reach with this stunning effort to make it 3-1 to the Bavarians. Oh my word, what a turn of events! Bayern from 1-0 down to 3-1 up, and that might just be game, set and match, courtesy of the match winner, Momoka. What a moment for the 19-year-old Japanese international. Damjanovic scoring at the death to send the tie into extra time. But in extra time, Momoko Tanikawa has grabbed this game by the scruff of the neck. The 19-year-old Japanese international in the star-studded box set up Claudis to make it 2-1. And then scores a stunning effort herself to make it 3. And it's going to take an almighty miracle now for Frankfurt to muster up 2 more goals to take it to penalties at the very least. I think it's fair to say Bayern, though, have 1 foot firmly in the DFB Pokal semi-finals. 2 goals down. Nothing to lose here in Munich. Jelle White and Romina Chiba are coming on. And it's forward for the holding midfielder that is Tanja Pavelek. Romina Chiba has quickly made herself a fan. Could make things interesting, and Bayern have many times this season not killed off games when they could have. Staff players, whether it be Alexander Strauss or some of his stars, have all lamented making games more nervy than they need. Can't let the ball settle. Bit of head tennis on the edge of the area there. Bühl with the no-nonsense clearance, but it might turn into a wonderful pass for Pernilla Harder. And in the end, I think Jelle White did just... Bühl. Nice ball to Harder, edge of the area. Little 1-2 is what they're looking for. Bühl put it right in the danger area, but there was no one there ready to pounce for Bayern. Here she goes again, Clara Bühl. Past weit, Bühl. This time Damjanovic! Bayern are running rampant in extra time of the DFB Pokal quarterfinals. Damjanovic scored the goal of the death to add an extra half an hour to proceedings tonight. Have just applied the finishing touches on a ticket to the semi-finals in a season where Bayern will now be favourites to win Germany's Soul Cup competition. Wolfsburg are out. We're guaranteed a new winner. Whoever came out of this one was likely going to be the favourites in those circumstances. And at 4-1 up with 10 minutes to play. Oh, but in the grand scheme of things, that won't matter. And I said it at the time, but you go back to the chance on the hour mark for Laura Freigang, one-on-one with Ina Mahmutovic. Score that and maybe things are different for Frankfurt tonight. Bayern do what Bayern do, and they found a way. Oh, Reuteler! Oh, arguably 60 minutes of this game either side of injury time, and that was a sharp save. For Frankfurt, this is now just a mission of pride restoration, really, with her, but Marla Gross is Marla Gross. And Clara Bühl is Clara Bühl. Bayern looking for a fifth, with the rain pouring down in Munich now. As a whole. From solid to sparkling. And deserving winners as a result, as Chiba strikes but sees it blocked. The game completely stretched now, with tired legs on both sides. Pernilla Harder, though, still hungry for more goals. She wants one of her own. Isn't going to get it that way. And support isn't exactly provided as urgently there. And even when you don't let up for a single second, sometimes a moment of quality or a moment of luck can prove decisive. And well, Bayern campus, we needed an extra half an hour to decide it. But between Momoko Tanikawa and Jovana Damjanovic, two game winners for Bayern München off the bench as they book their ticket to the semi-finals of the DFB Pokal der Frauen. We're going to have a new winner for the first time in 11 seasons in the current campaign, because Wolfsburg have been knocked out by the favourites to win the DFB Pokal. It's a title they've only won once extra time, and it's Bayern who complete the final four lineup. They join Bremen, they join Hamburg, and they join Hoffenheim in the semi-final.